everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Tuesday, October 26th. Now we have one meeting to tell you about today, and that is at 1:30 this afternoon, and that is the United Finance Committee meeting, and that will be in the boardroom as well as virtual. And if you would like to follow along, you go to lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. Now on our show today, we have Providence Mission Hospital with Dr. Shapiro, and she's going to go over a variety of things regarding some mental health. And then we have Dr. John Hovanessian with Harvard Eye, who always has great information about the latest technologies on keeping our eyes nice and fit. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. Wow, we had quite a bit of rain, but not nearly as much as Northern California. And we are looking at gorgeous skies today. I just love the next day after the rain when it's all nice and clear. Mostly sunny skies today, 68-54. Tomorrow, sunshine, 80-52, and then we get nice and warm on Thursday, 86-61, Friday, 83-59, and Saturday, partly cloudy, 74-61, so it's looking really nice. Our sunrise this morning was at 7:05, and our sunset will be at 6:04. And Sarah, thank you so much for sending in this really nice photo of all of the drought-tolerant plants that we have here in the village. And if you have a photo you would like to share with us, I'm looking for some Halloween things this week, so pop one over and email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Well, it is that time of year, folks. Halloween fun facts. And Jack-o'-lanterns is what we're going to be talking about today. Jack-o'-lantern is rooted in an Irish folktale about a man named Stingy Jack who fooled the devil and in turn was forced to walk the earth with only a burning goal. I had to see what it said. In a hollow turnip to light his way. The Irish called him Jack of the Lantern and then just Jack-o'-lantern. So there you go. And you can't really see my ears because I got a black background, but I have some kitty ears on. So every day this week I might have something fun for you for Halloween that's on Sunday. So stick around. We'll be right back with Providence Mission Hospital.
Life feeling these days? Even if you're active, those little aches and pains can be exhausting. Now there's a new way to experience an ancient healing therapy right in the comfort of your home. Introducing the J&H Lifestyles Infrared Sauna, a beautifully crafted sauna with proven benefits of immune boosting, pain relief, and relaxation. And there are 1- and 2-person models to fit the tightest of spaces, bringing the warmth of infrared sauna therapy to you. Expert installation is available in your area. Just give us a call or visit our website today.
For more than 30 years, Active Care has been providing the highest level of care to residents with Alzheimer's or other memory loss. We specialize in memory care. That's our sole focus. With 3 levels of care and an engaging activity program, Active Care enhances life for every resident every day. Our newest community, Active Care Laguna Hills, will open this fall. We're now accepting reservations. Call 949-877-8233 to learn more.
Beautiful weather is here, and nothing should stop you from getting outside and doing what you love with who you love, especially arthritic pain and fibromyalgia. At OC Vitality Acupuncture and Integrative Medicine, our experienced and compassionate doctors offer innovative and personalized medical solutions to treat your pain and stiffness. We're conveniently located right next to the Laguna Woods Community Center.
I'm Dr. Dimitri Gruwer. Give us a call today to see how we can help you get out of pain and get back to living.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Dr. Kimberly Shapiro here, who is with Providence Mission Hospital. And of course, many of us have been dealing with isolation and depression due to the fact that we've been home. Well, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's so nice to be here.
So as I mentioned, we're dealing with isolation and depression, and I think primarily teens have been affected because they haven't been able to go to school.
Correct.
And then we have our elderly population who really haven't been able to do all of the social things that they have been wanting to do for so long. So before we get into that, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you arrived at Mission.
Sure. I'm a psychiatrist, which is a medical doctor, go to medical school and then specialize in psychiatric illnesses. I've been doing this for about 10 years. And I came to Mission because there was a wonderful opportunity to lead all of the outpatient programs, which is what I've been doing for the last couple of years.
That is great. And you are located out of the Laguna Beach location, right?
Correct. All of our programs are there. It's beautiful, ocean view, and all the mental health services are located on that campus.
They are. Okay, great, great. So in relation to COVID, how have you noticed in your patients how it has affected any of your patients? Really?
Sure. So the amount of patients seeking services has really increased throughout COVID. And also a recent study from the National Institute of Mental Health has shown that over 40% of American adults are dealing with some kind of depressive or anxious illness since COVID, since the pandemic started. This is either due to the intense isolation, people are mandated to stay home, missing important events in their life, weddings, the birth of their grandchildren, things like that they can't be a part of, which would normally be a part of the milestones of life.
Right.
Alternatively, some people are forced together with their family. There's too much togetherness, and it's like a real pressure cooker of interaction. Right. And then finally, just the fear of being infected with this virus has caused just a lot of chaos and a lot of worry in a lot of people. So people are coming in more anxious, more depressed than usual, and anyone who had their resources outside, they were going to a support group, they were able to do social activities, those have really been stripped from us in the past year and a half. So the combination of extreme stress with no outlet is really increasing symptoms in patients, and more people are struggling than normally would be.
So, obviously Zoom came along and it saved us, a lot of us really, because there was no other way to really communicate because you really weren't supposed to go anywhere, right? So we do find that many of our elderly folks here, they've been doing great with Zoom. I mean, even if they weren't tech savvy, they found a way to become tech savvy just so they could go online and do their bridge, or they could do whatever club that they were in. Everybody converted very quickly.
It's fantastic.
Right, and so I'm wondering, did you do Zoom treatments as well?
We did right at the beginning, last March and April. Since last May, we've been live and in person for our programs, almost all of them. There's one that's online, but for the general adult population, it's in person. We've been doing masking, social distancing, and we've had 100% virus-free.
Oh, great.
So that's been good. But listen, Zoom is a fantastic alternative. It's working for telehealth in general. It's going to revolutionize the way that healthcare is provided in this country and around the world. There is something to be said for an in-person interaction, and we do a lot of group therapy. That's like the mainstay of our treatment. So there's something to be said about being live in person, but Zoom is a great alternative, and there's pros and cons to both, I would say.
So when we sit down and we are doing Zooms, like you said, it is a nice alternative, but there is no physical touch. There's no human kind of interaction, like you're saying. And then once we did go that way, it was so nice. And it changes your body somehow. Tell me a little bit about how that works.
How?
Well, it's changing your feelings or your body language.
Being on Zoom?
No, once you come back from being on Zoom.
Oh, I understand.
And being in person. So what are the differences that we're not seeing when we're on Zoom?
I see. Well, when you have an in-person interaction, there's just not that layer of separation between people. So from a psychiatry perspective, I can see more, it's not necessarily just their face. I can see their whole body language. I can see what people are wearing, how they're taking care of themselves, what their full body language is. Right. And it's a more natural interaction where if you're I mean, some people are wonderful with technology and others have trouble with eye contact or, just trouble having that one-on-one connection through there. So, people are doing well with it, but I think also there is something to be said for being in person and just having like a natural connection. Everyone is coming back to a little bit more normalcy, kids going back to school. There's an adjustment period. Same with adults going back to work or people reuniting with their family. There's certainly, it's normal to have some awkwardness and some period of uncertainty when you're coming back to that. So again, it's a whole new world. We're all sort of evolving and dealing with it the best we can. And it's been an interesting evolution, certainly.
Well, I mean, yourself, you're having to adjust just as much as anyone else because you haven't been able to do all of those things either. So you're almost on a similar level that maybe someone who hasn't had depression or isolation prior, now you've also experienced the same thing.
100%.
So does that help in your therapy session with people who may be experiencing those things?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a universal problem now. I don't think most people are at their best right now. It's a very difficult time to be alive and to just manage everyday problems. Things in my life, everything is now a decision. Can I go to this social event? Is it dangerous? Where before it was like, absolutely no, I can't go.
Right.
Now there's a lot of analysis paralysis, a lot of decision fatigue. What's safe? What's right for my family? What's right between me and my friends? And so it's just a challenge for everyone right now. And depending on your age range, I think people are challenged differently.
Yes.
And more seriously. So,
if you could give everybody maybe two things that they take away from what they're dealing with, what would those two things be?
How to
cope.
Oh, how to cope. So, depending on the severity of your symptoms, it's normal to feel some level of depression or anxiety about the pandemic and what you're going through. If it's just mild, you are still able to do your general daily living activities, you're able to take care of your housework, manage yourself. Maybe you have some mood changes, maybe you have some sleep issues, but they're not too severe. Then it's just adding things to your routine, making sure you have a daily routine that's pretty set so the days don't blur into each other.
Right.
Make sure you're eating healthy, getting good sleep, drinking water, avoiding alcohol and any non-prescription drugs, and reaching out to people.
Okay.
If your symptoms become more severe, you get to the point where you have no energy, really difficulty getting out of bed, no motivation, feeling very down, hopeless, helpless, worthless, and severe sleep problems, or you're getting to the point where you feel like life isn't worth living, that's the time to really get involved in some mental health treatment. Reach out to a therapist, see a psychiatrist, even if just for one evaluation to help you determine what you need, and get some resources to go forward. Any sort of emergency, thoughts of really ending your life, hospital, 911, emergency room, that sort of thing.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh,
I
it's a
really
pleasure to be
appreciate
here.
it, and for good information, because I think Zoom will be with us for a while.
I think so too. So the hospital's there for you. We have services there, and hoping everyone's taking care of themselves well.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right. All right. If you want more information about what we just discussed, you can contact them at 949-499-7504. We'll be right back.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
2 in 3 Alzheimer's disease patients are women. If you or your loved ones are experiencing symptoms of memory loss or confusion, call our clinic today to schedule a free screening. At Tilda Research, you will work with distinguished physicians and researchers like Dr. Ken Deck, who has served the Orange County community for over 40 years. We offer patient stipends and free transportation. Call and schedule your free screening now.
Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Dr. Hovanessian with Harvard Eye. Well, Dr. H, how are you?
I'm great. It's been a terrific fall, and enjoying every bit of it. Cooling off a little bit.
Yes. Well, we certainly are enjoying that because we are tired of the 89 degrees that we were having there consecutively. So
You bet.
all good. Maybe the leaves will change eventually.
Exactly.
So interesting. We're talking about genetic testing. You wouldn't think that for your eyes you would do genetic testing. Is there something that you're looking for in terms of diseases?
Yeah, so genetic testing is really, we're in a new era in medicine that is going to make life better, because if we can better understand what our specific genetic makeup is, we can better understand how to treat disease that we have, and also to identify and early intervene against diseases that we are at high risk of having. And that's really what we're going to talk about here today. There's a condition in the eye that this applies to called keratoconus. We have a picture of an eye with some fairly obvious keratoconus with side-by-side two pictures that show the front of the eye, the cornea here, bulges forward. It has almost a cone-shaped appearance. And this is a pretty advanced case where you can see it with the naked eye. Very often it's much more subtle than this. This happens when there's a weakness in the structure of the tissue and in the cornea. And it's usually a genetic related condition. And the traditional method of treatment for this, you see in this picture with 4 different images from different steps of the corneal transplant procedure, is to take the whole centerpiece of the cornea out and transplant it with another piece of tissue from a donor inside the eye. And this, in the next picture with 2 real side-by-side pictures, shows you what it looks like in a real person. And it's quite an invasive procedure. Yeah, we keep that up there very long.
I'm like, ew.
But that is, in fact, one of the commonest reasons we've done corneal transplants traditionally was this condition. Now, the good news is we do far fewer transplants nowadays because we have a treatment called cross-linking. And cross-linking the cornea isn't a surgical procedure. It's actually an office treatment that we do by using eye drops on the eye, riboflavin drops, and ultraviolet light. And what it does chemically is what you see in the picture of the lumber here. It creates a cross-linking structurally between the layers of tissue that leads to greater strength. And that greater strength really does impart better integrity and less shape change in the cornea. As you can see, just, it's like if you the lumber in the house, just like that is chemically what's happening in the cornea. From the patient's perspective, the cross-linking procedure is easy to go through. They see a blue light that shines on the eye after they've received some drops. Afterwards, there's a little stinging, but it's really fairly tolerable. And it has about a 95% chance of permanently stopping this condition from going forward. So you might ask, where does genetic testing play into this? And what it does is it tells us who's at risk before they develop the disease. The real shame of keratoconus is when you reach the stage like that first picture I showed you of advanced damage to the cornea. At that point, there's very little you can do to stop it from going forward or to reverse it except a corneal transplant. But if we can identify patients at risk of that, particularly family members of people who have the condition, well, the genetic testing does exactly that for us. There's a new test that is commercially available now, FDA cleared, for identifying who is at greater risk. So if you have a family member and they've got keratoconus and you've got a child or a cousin or a sibling, we test them. And if they're at the higher end of the risk scale, we may or may not treat with cross-linking at that stage, but we certainly watch them very closely, especially younger people who are at greater risk of progression. And then we can treat them before it becomes a disabling problem. And that is a real advance in our field, using just the information of a genetic test applied to the other advanced treatments that we already have available by knowing who's likely to need them. So
yeah, that is awesome. Is there a particular age? And I noticed you mentioned younger children there. So this disease is not age driven.
it is, so what happens is it progresses more in younger people. So, if you're in your 60s, you yourself can have keratoconus and it can progress. In fact, as many as 5 or 10% of patients we see for cataract surgery have signs that they may have had keratoconus at one time. They may not know about it because it never reached that advanced stage. But among younger people, it usually advances in the younger, less than 40 to 50. That doesn't mean it won't progress if you're over 40 or 50, but I'm talking about this for our audience, for our viewers in the village, as being something, if you've got family members, if you've got, keratoconus in your family and you've got younger family members, now it's not just a hope and wait. It's let's test and be proactive. And so refer them to a doctor who's doing this kind of testing so that we can find out.
Oh, that's great. Like you said, things are definitely changing in the technology world. And here we are with something, simple in terms of a genetic test that can really help you quite a bit down the line. So awesome information.
Thanks. Yeah, it's an exciting age, and eye care continues to evolve for better vision for patients. And anytime, well, let's just put it this way: the best way to treat a disease is never to have it.
Yeah.
Here we can identify early and intervene so people never really have it.
Yeah, genetic testing is coming a long way. So awesome. All right. Well, thank you for the information.
So good to see you.
You too. And we'll be right back after this.
At Harvard Eye, we are so happy to be open again and to see all of you for your medical and surgical eye care. We're taking great care to protect everyone from COVID-19 by seeing fewer patients, spacing out chairs in our lobby, sanitizing our office constantly, and doing much more. The world is changing a lot, but what hasn't changed is we're honored by your trust and confidence, and we're committed to keeping you safe. We can't wait to see you.
Primary care is our first interaction with the healthcare system, but most people don't visit their physicians due to long lines, waiting periods, and moving from lab to lab. At Cure Medical, we bring healthcare straight to your doorstep. Our modern, upscale mobile clinics provide services such as prevention and wellness plans, annual exams, lab work, blood tests, and more. Give us a call today to learn more and schedule your next appointment. Cure Medical, close to home, far from ordinary.
At Freedom Village, we want you to create a life worth believing in.
Staffing is fantastic. Whenever you need any help, they're there to help you.
I met so many people. I have so many friends now compared to when I was, living by myself. I didn't have hardly any friends.
I have to say it was one of the best decisions of my life. It's like living in a resort. It's just the nicest way to live.
At Norm Reeves Honda Superstore Irvine, we want to buy your car. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, we come to you. On-site professional appraisals now available at your home or office. 2, you come to our dealership just minutes away for an on-the-spot appraisal. 3, value your car online at normreeveshondairvine.com. It's your choice. Plus, you get paid in 1 day or less. At Norm Reeves Honda Superstore in the Irvine Auto Center, we will buy your car.
Welcome back. Now you can kind of see my kitty ears. All right, a couple of announcements for you. Meetings. There's a few meetings that are happening this week, and at the United Insurance presentation is happening tomorrow, October 27th at 11 a.m. Then we will replay that October 28th and October 31st, and that will be right here on Village Television. And then we have the United GRF delegates, and that'll be right here on Village Television, October 28th at 3 p.m. And then the GRF Meet the Candidates is October 29th at 9:30 in the morning. Then the Comedy Club this Thursday is having a fun laughing event. Of course, Joey Sims is going to be the headliner. Then we have Tony Calabrese, who will be a very funny man there. You can see his picture. This will be in Clubhouse 5, and all you need to do is show up at the event, pay your fee, and then you go right in. Now, you can contact Surrey if you need more information, 949-454-1572. And then there's a couple of events that are happening this weekend, of course, Halloween related. We've got the All Musicians Club, All in Time. Saturday, October 30th is their 4th annual Hotel California Halloween Bash, and there will be a best costume contest. So make sure you pull out your best costume, and that'll be in Clubhouse 1, 6:30 to 9 p.m. Doors will open at 5:30. You can bring your grandkids, and costume would be awesome. $5 admission. Now, if you want more information, you can call, text, or get in touch with Jim at 949-922-6130 or Jim Maniscalco at comline.com. And then also on October 30th is a very fun pancake breakfast and car show. That'll be at the Florence Sylvester Senior Center. Now, this is a fundraiser, and of course, all monies will go to the Senior Center and supporting the OC seniors here in the village. And the pancake breakfast is from 8:30 to 10:30. The Corvettes and Mustangs will be appearing at 8:30, and that'll go till 11. And they are going to have a raffle that will start at 8 a.m. And as I mentioned, this is on October 30th at the Florence Sylvester Senior Center. And if you want more information about that, you can always get in touch with them over at the Florence Sylvester Senior Center. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather one last time before we head out. It is looking really beautiful today. You know, we did have some super clear skies. It looks like maybe the fog has crept back in, or the haze anyway. But we are looking at mostly sunny skies today, 68, 54. Tomorrow, 80, 52. Really warm on Thursday, 86, 61. Friday, 83, 59. And Saturday, 74, 61. So a very nice week. And we aren't anticipating any more rain for a little while yet, but we'll keep you posted as we get that information. All right, have a great day in the village. You can always rewatch our program at 12:30 and 5, or you can check out our YouTube channel, Village Television. Have a great day in the village. Bye-bye.
What's easier than blowing out 65 candles? Choosing an Alignment Medicare health plan that's tailored specifically to you. Need access to 24/7 telehealth and concierge services? You got it. Members also receive an Alignment Health Plan Black Card with a monthly allowance and rewards for engaging with your health. At Alignment Health Plan, we don't think of these things as extras, just things you deserve. Save your wish for something that isn't healthcare related. Call or visit our website today to enroll in an Alignment Health Plan.
Hi, my name is Rob Miller, and I'm a 60-year-old four-time cancer survivor. I also compete in CrossFit and have been for a number of years at the international level. I've been using Super Immunity for quite some time. This is truly what aids in my recovery and really keeps me walking every day.
Visit getimmunity.com for a buy one, get one limited time offer on your first purchase of Variety Pack or Traveler Pack of Super Immunity. You may also visit these fine retailers and ask for Super Immunity.
I would like my patient to have a very positive experience. One that they feel comfortable, they feel it's a safe environment. For me, I feel a personal relationship is the most important, more than the actual dentistry itself. I can earn their trust and they can feel comfortable, and it allows me to do my job the best. And that means a lot to me.